海上看中国，大家好，我们来到了厦门，我是总台 CGTN 记者赵云飞，
我是总台 CGTN 记者黄飞。
这里面呢
To all the viewers, welcome to CGTN New Media, and my name is Zhao Yunfei. I'm here at a very close place, and actually from here you can see the Kinmen of a Taiwan region, and this is Xiamen, and we talk about this place called Three Hero Island. So just around the 6.3 kilometers away from Taiwan region, and today we focus on the 1958 war. That's the second Taiwan Straits war. So we talk about after 1949.
那么另外一方面呢，在50年的这个朝鲜战争爆发之后，美国的派出了第7舰队在
So the Taiwan region actually kept threatening the safety of the coastal cities and people living around that areas, and also the war broke out in 1958. That was the Korean War. So the U.S. also sent the fleet to the Taiwan Straits. So that's we have this war. Once again, that is the war we mentioned about. That is the second Taiwan Strait crisis. Actually, that's also called the 1958 Taiwan Strait crisis. Actually, back then, we think about this. 1.5 shells per square meter landed here. So we talk about for each and every craters actually was huge. Of course, later on, if you tune in with our live streaming, we will show exactly the size of the crater. So that is why we talk about these places, Three Hero Islands. We talk about this is the forefront of the war battles. The civilians worked with the troops and they fought in the war, and fearless of the sacrifice. We talk about that Three Heroes Island. That still we have the heroes, and today is also actually play its role towards Taiwan region in the modern times, especially in a new era. And today we will also show you exactly how it looks like. And also we will show our viewers the huge, we talk about the giant broadcast speakers. That's one of the very important tools used back then in the wartime. And with us we have a special guest, Madame Xu. So first, let's look at what we have here. So actually here we showed the light and heavy retired weapon and equipment. And Chairman Mao also actually issued the order for initiating the shells. Can we get a closer look? So the caliber actually can reach really 50 meters, and we talk about this is the real stuff. This is the real weapon used before in the war battle. And we talk about you should give a lot of credit to this kind of weapon. And talk about there we talk about is Dadeng Island, and we talk about that this is actually is the marathon war is from the 1949 to 1979. We talk about actually back then we had the opportunity to liberate Jinmen, but we talk about if we took over the Jinmen of Taiwan region, then that's really separate us, the Chinese mainland and Taiwan region. So we talk about that. So we need to think about how we can do the reunification. And we talk about back then we had the strategy called shelling, but now the landing blockading without bottling up. We talk about actually you saw war, you saw shells. So that war happened in Jinmen, but actually we did not land on the soil of Jinmen. So we talk about by the end of the day, we all belong to one family, right? Shelling but not landing, that's a strategy we used back then. That is our own affairs. By the end of the day, the only solution that should be reached by consultation, by dialogue. So we talk about actually, we bonded, we have really blood links between the both sides. And this one, J6 fighters. And this is a homemade first generation J6 fighter, rate 1,400 kilometers per hour. According to the record, it can hit 22 the enemy's fighters while keeping itself safe. And this one actually is to test the wind speed. And also here you could see the cameras so that capture the live pictures. And today we have around more than 1,000 these kind of flight fighters. And right now it's all changed to the unmanned fighters. So based on ODCs, so here displays light and heavy retired weapons and equipment. We talk about actually from these we could tell the tense situation, differentiation was back then. And we talk about that's the Jinmen battle, or talk about the Equal Strait confrontation, the second Taiwan Strait crisis. This is the equators actually lived back then. And also we talk about here, you could see actually what is originally this place for. Actually, this is basically for the broadcasters. So we talk about 1.5 the shells per square meter. And for each shell, you look at the size of the crater. Actually, this could not really tell as a big one. This is actually a small one. This is comparatively a very small one. So we talk about the shells. Actually, we collect all the shells and later on we made steel from it. And also for the Taiwan region, they also collected our shells and to make the kitchen knives. In 1954, the United States signed a treaty with Taiwan Region Authority, and in 1958, decided to involved in the war. That's a second cross-strait war, and also in 1950, that's also the Korean War, and all together make this war really long from 1949 to 1979. And we talk about actually, we not only use a broadcast to promote our policies, and we also actually send the gifts, like the gifts or the famous products from the different places of Chinese mainland. So we talk about the shelling while sending gifts. And the whole war stopped after China and the United States established the democratic ties in 1979. And here actually is from Chairman Mao. And this is talk about Taiwan must be liberated. And this is a broadcasting room. And this is a mock studio. So we talk about back then, if that broadcasters would like to do their live show or do like to do their work. Actually, we talk about that a job for broadcasters actually is really dangerous. And we talk about normally actually they could be considered as the target of artillery fire from the other side. So that is why they actually really protect themselves in a hidden place. And this one actually, we talk about a broadcast that should be audible up to 12 kilometers. And we talk about the Jinmen actually so close to us, just 2,000 meters away. So they can hear the voice from our broadcasters so clear and so well. And this actually were the tapes, right? And this is also a real stuff. And we talk about this is the military, the loudspeakers. And I started from 1958. We established a team toward Taiwan region that's mainly for the broadcast propaganda. And also this is actually from Chairman Mao, the message to the compatriots in Taiwan. So June 17, by the U.S. President Eisenhower arrived in Taiwan a day before his arrival, and also the day he left Taiwan region. That's on the June 19th. We shelled on that single day. So basically, actually give the announcement, give you the notice. So we talk about that this is really targeted. We talk about so clear the message is that we showed you very clear our stance that this is our own affair, that we don't want other countries, especially the United States, meddle with our own affairs. So this kind of a message actually broadcasted through that mega loudspeaker. So we talk about no country should involve in China's own affairs. And this is a mega size of the broadcasters. And this actually, the maximum power could up to 20,000 acoustic watts. And we talk about this should be really stationed in the empty and also vast place. And also we talk about this is also rely on the air pressure. So the three machine actually provide that air pressure or airflow to these mega loudspeaker. And actually it's a 2.88 meters in diameter, 4.74 meters in length, and weights 1,588 kilograms. So that's a sign proclaiming the world's largest military broadcast speaker. And also this speaker broadcast the contents include broadcasting the policies of the CPC and the Army towards Taiwan, and also the achievements of the socialist construct. So this is kind of the content we broadcast from our side, and also from the Taiwan region. Actually, they broadcast the Teresa's songs. And we talk about the broadcasters from both sides. After 35 years, actually they met up each other. So let me show our viewers the picture. So this is our broadcaster Chen Feifei and the other gentleman. And the other lady is Xu Bingying. Ying. So at very beginning, actually, we saw the fear in the wars of wars, and later on, actually, they changed language. We call each other dear soldiers. We talk about that before. That's the role of enemy, but right now we talk about that's the role of friend. So really glad to see that big change from the really standing against each other to stand shoulder by shoulder next to each other. And also with us, with special guests with us, Professor Zhang Wensheng, Dean of Xiamen University's Taiwan Research Institute. So Professor Zhang, let me show you and our viewers a map. This shows all of us the location of our three hero islands, and also this is specifically the park where it's located. And we talk about three hero islands, namely Dadeng Island, Xiaodeng Island, and Jiaoyu Island. And only 1.8 kilometers of water separates Xiamen with Taiwan's Jinmen at the nearest point. We talk about Jinmen so close. And we talk about actually at the very beginning the purpose of the second Taiwan's Straits War. Actually, is we would like to take over Jinmen, but actually we did not do it. So at the very beginning, we thought we should make it in a two-step policy. So at the very beginning is the Jinmen and Mazu Islands, and then take Taiwan back. Later on, actually, we found actually the United States actually not really on the same page with the Taiwan Authority. The United States wanted the Jiang Jieshi to withdraw the troops from Jinmen. So the goal of the U.S. attempt trying to separate the Chinese mainland and Taiwan region, but actually Jiang Jieshi did not agree, and he considered Jinmen as the place to initiate the war to take the whole China back, because in his mind he saw there's only one China. So that's why he took the Jinmen in his hand. And we also think about that the liberation of Taiwan is we could leave Jinmen and Mazu to Jiang Jieshi. Actually, this was a very smart policy and a very smart and a far-looking strategy with far-reaching significance. We talk about actually we did not really give any more choice to the Taiwan separatists. Actually broke down the U.S. attempt to totally separate Taiwan from China. We talk about Taiwan separatist theory. And after World War II, Japan gave up the control of Penghu and Jinmen. So a theory of a Taiwan separate actually not really have a solid a stance or a truth to support. We look at a Taiwan Authority actually initiates a Taiwan separate theory. We talk about a representative from Jinmen said that you talk about ROC Taiwan, then where you position the ROC Fujian, because Jinmen and Mazu belong to Fujian, and if you not really mention Fujian. So from his words, we could really so that there is a conflict within that Taiwan separate system and the series. And we talk about Jinmen actually also Xiamen in Fujian, that's a bridge for communication. We talk about Jinmen actually that's so close to Taiwan region, it's less than 2,000 meters. We talk about that confrontation actually lasted really long, from 1949 to 1979, 3 decades. We talk about that also full of the strategies. How you consider the psychological warfare? From 1958, we talk about actually very the beginning, that's a real war. We talk about that 1958, a second Taiwan Straits crisis or war. And then later on, we more for a war of words or a psychological warfare towards Taiwan region. So we talk about that's a very special communication. It's more a political communication between Chinese mainland and Taiwan. And we talk about we are all Chinese. And the most important thing among all these strategies is reunification and harmony. So that is also the message from the letter to the compatriots in Taiwan. And we talk about that's a core value. We talk about that we are all the Chinese. Actually, among the communication in the public, and we can see that we have the 3 treasures. Actually, we can see the kitchen knife. This knife, actually, you could see it as with the marks of history. And this is really for cooking. And we talk about we actually launched more than 1 million shells. And for that, more than 1 million shells landed on Jinmen between 1958 and 1979. They used these as a material to make this kind of a kitchen knife. And we actually in Jinmen found a lot of the bomb casing. And they actually use that make different kinds of kitchen knives. Actually, it's really good quality. We talk about the casing of shells. Actually, it's really good from the good materials, really good sealed. And also that's the mix with rare metals, so you could tell actually it's really good the quality, and also it's not only good quality, and also the with memorial value embedded on that knives. And right now, actually, this is still available in the market. Of course, not really made by the bomb casing, but still that's the a legacy and also really good the a gift. And later on, another one we talk about that's the Jinmen Gaoliang liquor. And this is one of the most famous liquor in Taiwan. And that's also one of the key industry in Jinmen. And people, the residents in Jinmen actually enjoy really good well-being. And you know what? Jinmen Gaoliang liquor at a special occasion actually is free for the Jinmen residents. And also we talk about a lot of social welfares. Actually, it's really nice because the Jinmen Gaoliang liquor industry actually helped to earn a lot of the revenues and also pay back to the society. Before in Jinmen, actually, there were not really many residents. Right now, there's around 60,000 residents. And of course, before, because of war, not a lot of people lived in Jinmen. And before, it's around more than 100,000 soldiers stationed in Jinmen. And this is also quite a popular among soldiers. And right now, Jinmen Gaoliang liquor is one of the famous brand representing Jinmen. And also Xiamen, the Xiamen Gaoliang liquor is talk about that they may actually use the same technique. And we talked about before that the Lian Zhan, Song Chuyu, and when they visited Chinese mainland, actually they all brought this liquor as a gift. We talk about right now, actually, you could see Xiamen actually playing a very special role that also helped to boost the cross-strait relations. And in 1979, January 1st, the National People's Congress issued a message to the compatriots in Taiwan. And also ask the forefront team stopped sending shells to Jinmen. So that's helped to mitigate the tension at the Taiwan cross-strait. So the broadcast service actually stopped January 1st, 1979, but the broadcasting service from Jinmen to Chinese mainland actually stopped in 1992. And that's also reflected the different policies at both sides across the Taiwan Straits. Xiamen from the beginning of 1980s became a special economic development region, especially towards Taiwan region. Look at Jinmen on the other side. The later of 1990s started to open up to 2001. I believe the date is January 2nd, the two-part Xiamen and Jinmen realized the three linkage. So that's helped to boost the closer communication between Xiamen and Jinmen. Last year, because of the COVID-19, the three linkages actually stopped, suspended temporarily. When we talk about normally, there are around 8 vessels available between Jinmen and Xiamen. So that's really convenient. The residents living in both sides. And actually, look at the Xiamen really enjoyed a fast economic growth, especially from the mid of 1990s. And Xiamen actually entered to a fast-growing lane. But Jinmen, due to the limitation of the Taiwan authorities' policies and also because of its location, it only rely on these stuff actually on our tables. So basically rely on the Jinmen liquor. So the residents in Jinmen really hope to have more communication with the residents in Xiamen. Actually, at the very beginning, I heard actually this one not really tasted. So they add plum inside to improve its taste. And actually, that's wisdom also provided by the veterans from the Chinese mainland to Taiwan. We talk about the 3 links as to open up postal transportation and trade links between Chinese mainland and Taiwan region. And also we talk about that only 20% of the poll showed that don't want to see the harmonious development of across Straits. People, we talk about residents in Jinmen actually really would like to see a peaceful development across the Taiwan Straits, and also the residents in Jinmen actually not support Taiwan separatists because residents in Jinmen, they know so well about the war, how war could bring to them, and actually they thought about that they actually belong to Fujian. And we hope that we would see a closer exchange between both sides of Taiwan Straits. And that's also by the end of our show to show our viewers the Jinmen and the other side of the Taiwan Strait. Thank you, Professor.